Welcome back to the Big House. I'm your host Tate, and I'm joined by my brother Taylor.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? Dude, I love how big he's getting. Sketch
Yeah.
is making waves across
Speaking of
all of
him,
pop culture, really.
did you see he was on, I think, the draft last night?
Yeah, he met some famous football player. I don't know who it is because I don't
No, I
watch
mean, like,
football.
he actually announced for the Houston,
He actually announced for him.
yeah,
Really?
one of their picks.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love Sketch. I actually just watched a video last night. It was Jinxie, Sketch, and Queso. They were playing a new game, Content Warning. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That game was pretty cool. Basically, you just like run around and make your own YouTube videos and film scary stuff, and then you have like a quota you have to make to get a certain amount of views or whatever. It's pretty cool.
That and there was another game they were playing.
Lethal Company?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
that one's really good. This mic stand is terrible. I need to get rid of it. But yeah, you are the second guest of my family because Dad was the first one. I've had other guests too, but they're all friends. They actually the only one that's been to the big house was Blaine, and I'm pretty sure he only went one time, and he doesn't even remember. So
Like, you talking about our actual house?
yeah, the big house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
what the
didn't-
podcast is named after.
I know that. I'm saying I didn't know if you met the only friend that's been on the podcast.
Yeah, the yeah, cause I've only had what Tyler, which I met in Chatham. He's never even seen the big house, and Blaine, and then Dad and you. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've had anyone else. That'd be pretty embarrassing if I did. I forgot about it. But yeah, so I got some things here. Um, what are some of your favorite memories from the big house?
Hmm.
Just in general.
Uh, we'd always play like hide and seek and always get in trouble because
Yep.
we'd hide in the little crawl space in between the bathroom and the stairs. Like there was that
Oh yeah,
door in the bathroom.
I went pretty deep back there too.
Yeah, and someone would always crush like the.
What was even in there? Was it a water heater or something? Or like a vent?
I don't know.
I don't
Just
even know what
remember
that
there
was.
some like insulation or something on the floor, and people would always mess that up.
Yeah.
That it was fun when it stormed outside and it was just eerie inside.
Yeah,
Um,
we are in Illinois, so there's a lot of tornadoes. We get some pretty bad weather sometimes.
or the lightning hitting the house, the lightning rods on top of the house.
Oh yeah, it gets super loud.
It's always fun, just decent backyard and playing kickball or wiffle ball or
Yeah, we had a pretty big,
basketball.
decent sized backyard.
It was always fun.
Yeah, there's a lot to do back there.
And back when we actually like got snow days. It was
Oh,
fun,
dude.
snowball fights or.
Yeah, the snowball fights were elite. I would always come in crying every single time
It's
because I would
Tristan
get
would
pelted
pack
too
it
hard.
so hard and it'd be like an ice ball.
Yeah, he would put him. We would put him in the freezer and make ice balls. I remember one time I think it was me and Tanner. We made a snowball and we were trying to see how long we could keep it in the freezer, and then Mom ended up throwing it out. We're like, what the heck? We wanted to save it for summer. But yeah, I would say definitely the favorite times was whenever we would go outside and either go to the park and play manhunt, or
Park and play basketball.
yeah, we would constantly go to the park. We were just anytime we were outside was great. Which
we
is
were outside a lot.
yeah, we were
Like, nowadays, it seems like kids are inside.
actually on the way home from the gym. I saw some kids riding bikes, which is always good to see because I feel like the younger generation is constantly on the internet instead of actually.
We should be doing
Going
this
outside.
podcast outside.
Yeah, that would be cool, but I don't know how I would do that. I need to get a laptop. I've been meaning to get like a MacBook or something, just to that way I can like take it to like travel and stuff. And because all I have is this big ass computer, and I don't really want to take it anywhere because it was expensive, and I don't want to break it. But yeah, a lot of good memories from the big house.
Playing Wii late in
Oh, dude, I
middle of the
remember
night,
when we first got the Wii and
playing Wii bowling, and I would, you know,
in the
thought I
middle of the
found out
night.
a cheat to it, like spinning it a certain way and flicking it in the
Yeah, this is
remote.
what he would do. He would come back here.
It worked. I mean,
He would come back, have his Wii remote in his hand, and he would go and do a little spin.
it worked.
It did work. It was honestly pretty impressive.
I got a perfect game one time doing that.
Yeah, there was one time late at night after everyone had already been
Busted
asleep.
my stuff.
He was downstairs in the living room that we had, playing Wii bowling, and he did it. He did one of those spin jumps and ended up eating shit and crashed on the ground. Woke everybody up. What did you like knock something over, or was it just you hitting the floor that was so loud?
I think it was just me hitting the floor. And I don't know if the dogs were barking or I don't know if we had Charlie at that point.
I don't think so. Maybe. We had a lot of pets in that house.
Yeah, I had Harry, Bam Bam,
Sophie
Sophie,
for a little bit.
Riley,
Yeah.
Tia, Charlie.
I don't really remember Riley that much. I feel like I was really
Been out
young.
her too long because she just get excited and pee all over the place.
Yeah. What kind of dog was she?
Jack Russell Terrier.
I feel
Okay.
like I very vaguely remember, but
I
yeah.
think she went to one of Courtney's friends or someone that we knew.
Bam Bam was scary, dude. I did not like him, and he did not like me.
Everyone said he was, a mean cat. I don't think he really was.
I think he was. I think he was. Well, I think he was also very scared because he was blind. He was a blind cat. He would constantly run into
That
walls
was
and
when he
shit.
was older, though. Like, he lived to 17 or 18.
Yeah, and we were younger kids, so we were constantly tormenting them.
No.
I don't know if I should put that on there. But probably not. Yeah, do you remember when mom she posted on like a little post-it board next to the fridge, and it had like a bunch of chores to do, and you'd get like a quarter or like a nickel for doing them.
Yeah.
And one of them was to take or watch Bam Bam for like 10 minutes or something like that.
I don't remember that, but
You watch Bam Bam, our blind cat, for 10 minutes, you get a quarter.
I have a funny story. You might have heard me talk about it. Daniel was over, and, we'd switch our bedrooms all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
this was when I was in the middle room upstairs. The little closet area. The walls were slanted
Oh yeah,
right underneath the wall right there. There
Mhm.
was some like a little storage area. I always put my Illinois jerseys or whatever on hangers and
Oh,
hang it
yeah.
on the thing. But anyways, I had my Carmelo jersey hanging up right there.
Oh.
And Daniel and I were just chilling, watching a game or something. And this is when Bam Bam was like,
I'm pretty
going
sure I was
blind.
with you because I remember this.
Well, he just walks in.
Yeah,
and
it starts screeching.
starts
He's like, "Wah."
starts just spraying my Carmelo jersey, and I'm like, what in the world? And he just walks out.
Just completely ruined the jersey.
Yep.
Yeah. What other? I remember in that long room,
Mm-hmm.
there was me and Tanner. We would go into the closet, and we had these little pencil boxes, like the old pencil boxes that had it had like little, I don't even know how to describe it. It had like polka dots on it, but they were like sticking up, and then it would have like like a little rectangle in the middle of it, and it had some word on it, and we would color it with markers and then pour glue on it and make
Mhm.
like little bookmarks,
Yeah.
little glue bookmarks, and let it dry. I thought that was always fun.
I also remember one of you two, maybe both. Maybe it was those same pencil boxes, I don't know, but you would make your own ecosystem of roly polies.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd all die because
Yeah.
you didn't poke holes in the top.
Yeah, we'd constantly try to catch bugs and stuff. put spiders and try to make them eat different bugs and stuff. That was pretty fun. But they would always die every single time. Oh yeah, and then what else is there? There's something else I was gonna say.
I don't know. It was always nice in that house. We'd always, host Thanksgiving mostly, but
Oh yeah, the family
other
events were always
holiday
great.
events, and it's just always fun having gatherings there.
Yeah, because it was perfect. I mean, you could everyone could just have room to do anything. Like it was such a big house.
Or when we do mom and dad would do the church group.
Oh
with,
yeah,
You know,
and then
their
their kids would
friends
come
and
over.
stuff, and their kids would, hang out with us.
Yeah, that was always fun. Next question here. If you had $1,000,000 today, what would be the first thing you would buy and why?
I'd pay off my debt first, and
Okay.
then probably buy a house. Let's get out of this apartment.
Yeah, definitely buy a house. Would you get a big house or would you get like?
I'd buy the big house.
Would you buy the big
and then
house?
we do the podcast there.
I don't know if I want to. As much as I love that house, I don't know if I could. If I would want to move back to it.
Like, not after who bought it from us. Like, it just seemed like. I don't even want to talk about it, but.
They're not gonna watch.
No, I know, but it's just.
Have you seen that house lately?
I haven't been in Argentina.
They have they have a fence now and a big old pool in the back.
Really?
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's not like an in-ground pool.
Still
It's just
same
like
color?
Yeah, I think it's still the same color. Do you remember painting that? Back when it was like brown at the bottom,
Yeah.
and it was, I think it was white, wasn't it? Or like a cream.
Yeah, it was a weird.
And then we
whitish
ended up
color.
painting it all green, like an olive green. And we were all out there painting.
And how Dad would put the Christmas lights up, and then he'd just leave them because he'd be like, "Screw it," getting up and down on this ladder every year.
Yeah.
It was a big house.
It was a pretty big house. A lot of good memories. It was just cool, too. Like, the big old wooden doors, like the big sliding wooden doors were awesome. And that
Yeah.
one door that would, like, fold into each other into the dining room,
Yeah.
that door was cool. And it was perfect to hide behind, too.
So I'd probably buy a house, not as big as that, but
Yeah.
Hide
Hide and seek was so elite in that house, dude. Because there's just so many different nooks and crannies you could hide in.
that basement was scary though.
Yeah, the basement was
Someone died down there or something.
definitely. It looked like a crypt. There was like, dude, there was literally like a big old like concrete block there.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that was. It was just a big concrete block, and we would go down there whenever there'd be like tornado warnings and stuff. And I hated going down there every time. We would all have our own candles, which was kind of cool because then we would sit there and have some good family time down there. But
Well, Dad would be upstairs.
Yeah, Dad would
sleeping,
be
or
yeah.
outside looking at the storm.
looking at
He'd be like, "Yeah, it's
The
it's
classic
not gonna
dad
hit
move.
us. Go back to bed."
the classic dad move, going out and
Mom would be freaking
just
out.
looking at it, just standing there.
I remember being in the smaller house before that, and we all go in the bathtub in the bathroom.
Oh yeah,
So that was fun.
yeah. I don't even remember that house. I
You
think I
were-
was there for like a month when
yeah,
I was
you
born.
had just been. Yeah, I think you had just been born, and then we were moving.
Yep. Yep, good times. Next question here is, if you could own a zoo, what animals would you make your main attraction? Because I already know mine, and it would be an awesome attraction.
I don't know. My favorite animal is a cheetah, so
Cheetah's
maybe
pretty cool.
incorporate something to make it more attractive. Because like at the zoo here, it's like
They're just kind of
they're
sitting there.
just laying around. They're
Yeah.
not
They don't have enough like activities
like
to do.
try to get them to run to show them how fast they can get or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe get some. Some giraffes. That'd be pretty cool.
Giraffes would be pretty cool. Yeah, I think mine would definitely be grizzly bears. mostly because it is my favorite animal. But I feel like if you just had, I don't know, there's just so much cool. Like if you trained them, like you know, in like movies, you see like grizzly bears, and you're like, how did they even like get them to like do certain things? And it's because they're like usually pretty well trained. That'd be pretty cool. I think have like
Maybe.
people go in there and wrestle them. Not like random
Yeah.
strangers or anything, but like have professionals go in there and like wrestle them and stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe get like some elephants and let the people like sign a waiver or something so
Did
they
we?
can
We
like
didn't have
ride them.
elephants. We don't have elephants here.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think we've ever had
We
elephants.
got penguins though now.
Yeah, we do got penguins now. Uh, we also got. There's something else I added too.
Maybe somehow get the
Oh, the camels. The camels are cool.
yeah. They kind of just lay dough too.
Yeah, they don't really do
They need
much.
to do something with the cheetahs though. Like they just
I agree. They just any. It's
like
a
maybe
cool
have like
it's a
a
cool area because you're like up top looking down at them, but they need more in there.
well like the train goes by them, so like maybe there's like an area where you set up where you can like have kids or people like just run and see if the
Yeah,
cheetah
run
would
next to them.
run next to them or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Um, would you rather have the ability to teleport or the ability to time travel?
I think kind of the same thing.
I mean, a little bit, but when you teleport, it's you stay in the same time area. You just teleport across the world. But when you time travel, you stay in the same spot, but then you travel back in time or forward in time.
I'd probably do that one then.
Time travel?
Yeah,
Why?
'cause I could go more places or.
Yeah, I guess.
But then again, wouldn't that mess up?
Well, you're just a spectator. You can't like.
So this is just saying I can do anything, and I'm not going to affect.
Yeah, you won't. It won't
Like I'm
affect
not going to
anything.
affect somehow
No,
Hitler is
it's
actually
just
not.
no, no. It won't affect anything. It'll just like you just basically you're just a spectator. You can just see like
So it's
what
not
the
like
world was like.
hot tub time machine where
Yeah.
the squirrel comes on the field and like ruins everything.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. Isn't there two of them?
Yeah, the second one kind of sucked,
Yeah.
or maybe that was the second. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen them.
Yeah, those are pretty good though. Um, I think I would rather have the ability to teleport, cause think of how much time you'd save, like in modern day. Like it'd be cool to go see like what the future's like or like what the past. I don't even know if I'd want to see what the future's like, honestly. Like maybe like way into the future, but like I don't want to know what like the close future is gonna look like. Cause then I would like constantly I would come back to normal time and then just like stress too much about that, like
Yeah.
what I saw.
So if you could know when you die, would you want to know or no?
No, I definitely wouldn't want to know that. Because then I would also just worry all the time. I'd be like counting my days down. That wouldn't be cool.
And just Men in Black erase your memory,
Yeah, I wish something like that existed.
or you could just teleport back to before you knew, so then you would forget.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, because you'd just be a spectator,
Oh, okay.
so you can't like, you still like keep your memories and everything. Um, let's see here. Would you rather fight a gorilla or fight a grizzly bear?
Neither.
You have to pick one.
Or what?
I don't know. I mean, I guess you don't have to. Which
I'd
one would
rather
you rather
die
fight though?
by, like you're gonna get shot if you don't pick one of these. I'd rather get shot then.
Well, all right. Would you? Let's say you get one weapon,
I get to pick.
and no, it's not a projectile, not a gun. You can't. You get like, I don't know, rope or something, or you get like let's say
A rope.
yeah, you get like a taser. That's what you get. You get a taser. Are you gonna fight a gorilla? Or are you gonna fight a grizzly bear? It's a strong taser too. Like it'll jolt them pretty good. But it has like a cooldown. You can't just sit there and tase the shit out of them.
I don't know. I mean, I think either or would.
Or a sword. How about a sword? You get a sword. A sharp sword.
I'm messing up that gorilla.
Yeah, I think I'd rather fight a gorilla. I think I would have a better chance with a gorilla. But I don't know though either. I don't know.
I don't want to find out.
It would be a good fight to watch a gorilla versus a grizzly bear. I wonder who would win.
It's like King Kong and
Godzilla.
like a bear.
How come there is no mega bears? That should be a titan.
Speaking of bears, did you see? Yeah, I'm not really an NFL fan. I mean, I watch games here and there. I'm not like I don't have like a specific team I root for.
Yeah.
But the Bears did get some good players in the
Yeah,
draft.
the Blaine posted about him.
So I'm happy for my friends who are Bears fans.
Yeah, he posted about it. I can't remember.
Just hope
who
they
it was,
actually,
though.
do what
I mean,
they're
you
supposed to.
gotta root for the Bears, especially because they came from here.
Yeah.
They came from our hometown. But yeah, I think I would rather fight if I had a taser.
The taser is not doing anything to the
No,
bear.
it's a strong taser. Like it'll tase the shit out of them.
I think that would
But then I still
more
wouldn't be able to
likely
do
scare
anything.
the
So
gorilla
taser's kind
than-
of a dumb weapon, honestly. But
I would-
like maybe it would help you get away from them.
I think that more likely it would scare the gorilla than the grizzly bear. Like if the grizzly bear's hungry, especially, like he ain't doing anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I all right, so say I have a sword and I had to pick one, I think I'd rather fight the bear because I feel like if I had a sword against a gorilla, he would just like deflect that shit or like smack it out of my hands.
Yeah, but you know how big grizzly bears can
Bears
get?
are really fast too.
Yeah. And
I don't
they're
know.
like, what, a couple thousand or 1,000 some pounds and get to like 12, 13 feet when they stand on their
Yeah,
hind legs.
I don't know. I feel like a gorilla though, like if it's an enraged gorilla,
What was that game?
I feel like it wouldn't care if I stabbed it.
What was the game that we'd play?
What?
It was a whole bunch of. Was it Rampage?
Yeah, Rampage.
Yeah.
That game's amazing. They made a movie about it.
Yeah, we went and saw it
Yeah,
as a family, I think.
It was pretty good too. Definitely wasn't as good as the game. The game was way more fun. Just going around destroying buildings, smacking fighter jets out of the sky. It was awesome. Next question. Do you have any ghost stories?
No, not really. I mean,
Anything supernatural? Anything weird that is unexplained?
there's one for sure that was weird. I don't know. Mostly, like, there was a few times in that big house.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt like someone was watching you, but I never had any, like, actual experience. Like, I know that room downstairs by the kitchen, that always gave me the creeps.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
Everyone
I never
disliked
had
that
any,
room.
like, encounters or whatever, but it definitely felt weird in there. No, the only thing that I can think of that's supernatural is Brooke and I were coming back, I think, from her dad's house.
Is this the alien story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were coming back from her dad's house. And we went through the back way, the country way, to her mom's place.
Mm-hmm.
And we were almost to her mom's, and we were coming up to this last stop sign before her mom's. And I can't remember if I saw it first or if Brooke did. But we were at the stop sign, and we were looking up, and I thought it was a plane. But after looking at it, like, it was bright gold, and
The
we just
light
looked-
was gold, or
yeah, so you know how, like, if you see a plane, you see, like, the blue and red lights flashing?
yeah.
This was just bright gold. So we're watching it, and literally it just stops, and it's just sitting there in the middle of the sky. And we're like, that's strange.
Was it just
like,
one light, or was it like
yeah.
multiple lights?
It wasn't blinking or anything. It was just bright gold.
How big was it?
I mean, it was up there, so, I mean,
Hmm.
it looked like just looking at it, it just looked like a plane, but...
Did
after
you guys like
this-
stop your car? Or was it
Yeah,
like,
we were at the stop sign, just stopped, and we're just looking at it. And it's literally just stopped in the midair. And then all of a sudden, it, like it has, hyperspeed. It just zooms off, and it's just gone. And we're just like,
really fast?
yeah, like,
Instantaneous?
Yeah, like
Just
the movies, you just gone.
Hmm.
And I didn't say anything for a few days. Finally, I texted Eric, and he was like, "Dude, Daniel texted me a couple of days ago and said the same thing."
Huh.
So I mean, apparently Daniel saw the same thing.
That's pretty weird.
And so this was, I think, when I was in high school. No, this was when I was in college. So I think that was the summer of one of the college years. But then I was working at Monsanto during that time, and I had brought it up to some guys I work with, and they said the same exact. They
Hmm.
saw the same thing, so it was
That's
just
pretty weird. There's aliens out there.
So this was before, like drones were a thing, I think, or they might have been a thing then,
I mean, they probably don't move that fast anyway.
but yeah, it was strange.
That's pretty weird.
That's really the only thing I got.
So was it like slowly moving and then it stopped and then it just zoomed off,
I
or?
think when we just looked at it, it was just stopped, and we were sitting there looking at it for a little bit, and then it's gone.
Hmm.
It was strange.
That is pretty weird.
I think it also freaked us out because I think that previous week or sometime before that, we had watched some alien movie, and so yeah, we're just like, oh yeah, it's a UFO or something.
Hmm. I don't know if I have. Well, not really any
I thought
alien
you and Tanner
stories.
saw like shadow people or
Oh,
whatever.
there's. I have ghost stories for sure, but like as far as aliens, I think the closest thing I have is like whenever I was in Hawaii, and there was one night me and two of my buddies from work, we were sitting on the beach late at night, uh, and we were sitting there just staring at the sky, and it was crazy because you could see like everything, super bright. The sky was so gorgeous, and we were just sitting there looking, and we saw a couple shooting stars, which yeah, I mean that's bound to happen. And then we saw other like we were like, what is that right there? And it was just like just one light, just just going. And then Royce, one of my buddies, was like, it's probably just the satellites. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's probably just satellites out there. But there was a bunch of them too, so I was like, is
It's a
there really?
firefly.
I didn't think we had that many satellites up there. But maybe we do. I don't even know.
Hmm.
I don't even know how many things we have in orbit. And then there was a couple of them where like they would just be stars, and then they would just disappear, and then come back like a couple seconds later.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. Like it was just like bright, like normal stars that you would just see, and then it would just disappear, and then it would come back, but it would be for like 10 seconds. It was weird, but I mean, it could have just been like a comet or something like way out there that like just passed it, and so it took a while for the light to come back or something. I don't know. But it was also really cool when you can see the sky like that. Like you can like see the world turning, like the
Well, yeah, when you
like
city
you can see the
lights
sky
aren't
like moving. It's really cool.
like when city lights aren't making it hard to see.
Yeah, the light pollution. Yeah, it was pretty cool though.
I think it'd be pretty cool to see like what is it, the Northern Lights.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Go to like Alaska or wherever it's at, or is it Antarctica? No, it's Antarctica's south, so it'd definitely be in like Alaska or like Greenland.
I think you can even see them in certain parts of Canada, right?
Yeah, probably. But yeah, we definitely, me and Tanner and Mom, saw shadow people at the. Ah, thank you for blessing me.
Got me.
Sorry, I didn't mean. Yeah, I probably should cover a little bit. My bad. Uh, there was shadow people at the big house. I remember very distinctly a couple times, but the first time I saw them was it was just me and Mom at the house, and Mom was downstairs in the kitchen, like cleaning up or something, and I went upstairs to go grab the vacuum, and you know how like you go up the stairs and then there's that pillar, and then the vacuum's usually like right on that little platform or whatever right there.
Yeah.
So I went up, and then as soon as I turned the corner, and then you look down the hallway, and then it's Mom's door. I saw the door creak open, and then I saw a shadow person zip out of it and start sprinting at me. and I heard the footsteps and everything was, and I fucking lost it. I immediately, fucking, bro, I tumbled back, and then like I was like it was like a horror movie. Like I was like scrounging to get, like I fell back, and then I immediately got my footing, and then fucking ran down the stairs. And as I was running down the stairs, the shadow person like like reached over the railing and like tried to like swipe me. I swear, promise you, I'm not making this shit up. I remember it clear as day because it traumatized me, scared the shit out of me. I could not sleep in that house for ever after that.
So how did you?
Well, I mean, my body just shut down, just forced myself to sleep. But and then I ran downstairs, started crying, was telling mom everything that happened, and I'm pretty sure we ended up leaving the house because mom got freaked out too. Because I know she knows too. She's seen them too. Because she even said whenever we first moved into the house, that it felt weird, and so she prayed all over the house, like in each room, went around and prayed in each house and like blessed like all the bad omens away.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
I don't remember
And
that.
that's pretty much the only thing that worked. I mean, because I think I've read a lot about, like, I've heard a lot of shadow people stories before, and I think like the main conclusion is that they're like demons, is what the shadow people are. Because there's like no like friendly shadow people encounters. Like they're always like chasing them or trying to like,
I
they're
thought it
just
was
doing
like
something aggressive and like throwing shit at you.
I thought it was like you're kind of like still asleep in a way, or sleep
That's
paralysis.
sleep
Or
paralysis. That's different.
I've had that
I've had that
happen a
too.
couple times, but I never saw any like shadow people.
There was one time I had sleep paralysis from dad because uh, in that house that we moved to, right after the big house, um, in the living room, I fell asleep watching something on the TV, and and then I woke up in the middle of the night and was like super thirsty, and I was gonna go get up, but I heard a really weird sound. It was like, I can't even describe it. It was super weird. I'd never heard it before. And then I look over and I see something on the little, like, you have the door right here, and then the couch was right here, and then there was also the smaller couch or whatever
Yeah.
in that little pocket next to the door, and then the TV was like in front of the big couch in front of the window. I looked over at the other couch and I just saw like a figure just sitting there, and I freaked the shit out of me, and I was just sitting there like I didn't want to move or anything. Like I wanted to go run and like turn the lights on to see what it was, but I couldn't like move, and I just kept hearing the sound, and it was like, it would just make it randomly. Like it wasn't uh like it wasn't just like a, I don't even know. It just was like it would happen and then it would stop, and then it would be like a long time, and then it would happen and stop, and then it would happen again, like short. So it was just like random times. And I was like, what the hell is that thing? I was pooping my pants. And then I finally got the courage to go run and turn on the lights real quick. And then all I hear is, oh, and his dad sleeping on the other couch. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. He was snoring. And it was such a weird snore. I'd never heard anyone snore like that before.
Is it just me, or do you still? I still have dreams.
I was like, Dad, you just scared the shit out of me.
I still have dreams here and there in that house.
Of the big house?
Yeah,
I haven't
And
had
it's-
any dreams recently.
and it's weird. My dreams are in that house,
Yeah.
but it's either in like one of three spots. It's like in the kitchen, like going on that back deck,
Uh-huh.
like I'm being chased or something, and I have to like lock the back door,
Yeah.
going outside. So it's either like there, for some reason in the laundry room, or in the bedroom right by the kitchen,
Uh-huh.
in that area, or
The kitchen was weird too, because there was definitely times where I had, late at night, you would hear like the cabinets opening and closing. There's one time for sure I remember going, because I went into the kitchen to check. I was like, because I thought someone was in there, and there was no one in there. And as soon as I noticed that no one was in there, I was like, oh, fuck. And I went back upstairs, went to bed.
It's like those,
That shit gives me the willies even thinking about
it's like those funny TikToks you see or whatever of people go downstairs to get a drink or something, and then they turn off the light and just run up the stairs as fast.
it. Yeah.
And some of them have, obviously their friends or something, like chasing them, acting like they're the shadow people or
Yeah.
something. No, what was I gonna say? Um, yeah, I'd still dream here and there of that house. Um, I have weird dreams as is, but going back to the sleep paralysis, the first time that I experienced it was at my old house in Mechanicsburg,
Mechanicsburg.
and I didn't see any like shadow people or anything. I just couldn't move. Obviously, sleep paralysis, but I just saw like strobe light or something. And it was like not like music, but it was like making noise. And I remember trying to yell for Brooke, or what I thought I was yelling for Brooke.
Yeah, I remember this.
And I guess I don't know if this was like the weekend or something. I was on thirds, so that's why I was sleeping during the day. But
Yeah.
apparently, she heard me through the wall. But I thought I was yelling, but apparently I was like,
Just.
I don't know how she heard it through the wall
Yeah, I
and
didn't
watching TV or whatever. But we started laughing after that.
That was pretty funny.
She woke me up.
Yeah, I remember I've had sleep paralysis a couple times. Usually don't like see anything, but I feel like something there.
Mm.
And that's what like causes it. I feel like there's something in the room. But I've never had like usually I can like get over it and just like get myself to move. But there's a couple the first time I ever had it I was really young at the big house and I was in mom and dad's room. I can't remember if they were there too. I can't remember if I was just like sleeping in their room because I was too scared to sleep in my room or what it was.
Yeah, you or Tanner or both would
I would
sleep
constantly
all the
go
time
sleep in that room.
Mom and Dad's room.
Yeah, dude, because every time I would sleep alone, I felt like there was someone watching me all the time. And the shadow person event did not help. But there probably was. There probably fucking demons watching us, sitting there trying to make a move on us. I don't know, but I also remember one time.
Oh, you gotta pray, brother.
you gotta pray. I remember there was one time I went in to go sleep with mom and dad because I was too scared to sleep in my room, and they had my old bed, like my old baby bed, that was like really tiny, and they had it in their room for Tia, and Tia would sleep on it, and then they didn't want me to sleep in their bed with them because I move a lot when I sleep, and so they're like, just go sleep on the bed with Tia. I was like, all right. So there was a couple times I would sleep in the bed with Tia, and it was great. She's the best. She always made me feel a lot safer. But I miss Tia. She was the coolest.
Yep.
She was a beautiful German Shepherd. And she was such a good girl. She'd just listen. She's really smart, too.
Smart.
And strong. She got ran over like 3 times.
Right over.
Yeah, she got hit by a car like 3 times.
She did?
Yeah. Yep, she was a trooper. Because she would get out and run into the street and immediately get hit by a car. There was one time it was like an old couple,
and it was like seeing it in slow motion.
Yeah, that was the old couple that hit him. Like, why didn't you guys completely stop?
Yeah, I'm glad. Like right before she passed, I think obviously mom and dad knew she wasn't doing too good, and said, might want to come see her before something happens. And I think Brooke and I came and saw her, and then literally it was like the next day, or
it was literally the
2
next
days
day
later she passed away.
Yeah, I remember, because we went and took her to the vet, because she just wasn't moving around very well. She wouldn't stand up. She wouldn't leave her bed. So then we ended up carrying her with her bed out to the car and took her to the vet to see what was wrong, and they were saying that she has a bunch of tumors and she's in a lot of pain and that we're gonna have to put her down. And dude, it was fucking tough, man, because I was holding a little cup of like applesauce or something. It was like frozen applesauce for her to lick on. She was sitting there licking on it while they gave her the shot, and then she just slowly went away. Yep, that, we're gonna move on from
Yeah.
from the darker shit here.
What was the interesting
But
fact?
it was also a beautiful moment though too, cause like at least I got to like be there to, I had her head in my lap and everything, and at least she felt family around her while she passed. But what were you gonna say?
I was just moving on. You said you had a funny or interesting fact.
I got a couple pretty interesting facts here. The first one that I found was mind blowing. Did you know that a typical fair weather cumulus cloud, how much do you think a cumulus cloud weighs?
Weighs?
Just a cloud. Yeah, how much do you think a cloud weighs?
I mean, first thought would be, nothing, but I know it's not right. It's probably a lot.
Just take a guess. Well, you
Like
said your first
in-
guess would be like nothing.
Well, you'd think,
It's lighter than, I mean, it's floating up there.
you'd think it'd be nothing, but it's not. It's probably thousands of pounds.
Try 1 billion to
Okay.
400 million pounds.
1 billion to 400 million.
To
That's backwards.
400, 1 billion, 400, whatever, same thing.
4 million to
Between
1
them.
billion.
Yeah.
That's a
400 million pounds is like the lightest they can get.
400 million.
400 million pounds.
Still, that's
That is insane. How
big
does
is the
that even
cloud?
make sense? Huh?
How big is the cloud?
Well, I mean, if you have like a tiny cloud, it's probably not that much, but
Huh.
I don't know. It just says like your average cloud. I don't know.
And what's making it
Regardless,
weigh that much?
the fact that clouds even weigh that much is crazy.
The rain,
Yeah, just all the
moisture.
it just I don't know. It's just super dense, I guess.
Some fat people up there just chilling in the clouds.
Another one I have here is that a shrimp's heart is located in its head. I thought that was pretty cool. That's a weird place to put it, but because then I don't know. That's just weird. Because I don't think anything else has a heart next to its head or next to its brain.
Maybe its brain is somewhere else.
Its brain's in its butt.
That's why you have to, get it out.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna mention this earlier, but I got off track there. But I don't know what made me think of this. But the other day when I was driving home from the gym, there was just down the road. So whenever I go out, I pull out and then go left. Like Casey's is when you go right, I go left, and then go down that way. I can't remember what the roads names are, but when I was coming back from that way, there's some house there or whatever, and I was driving past. It was a really nice day out too, and it was a super bright zero turn mower. And I was like, wow, that's a pretty nice mower. And then as I got closer, I just see the dude smiling on it. He's just sitting there gritted ear to ear. I was like, damn, must be a really nice mower. Because I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, I've never seen that bright of a yellow mower before. And he's just sitting there just smiling away, just mowing his grass. I was like, wow, must be a really fucking awesome mower. But, yeah, next question here is, who is your favorite actor? I have a couple on deck that I can think of.
I don't know. That's a good question. I can't even think right now. Probably because I don't really watch as much of movies anymore.
Yeah. I remember
Mostly I just watch, sports or podcasts.
Yeah. What's your favorite podcast?
Actually, everyone listens to Rogan or whatever. I still listen to it here and there, but then I was listening to, Tiger Belly and Bad Friends. I haven't actually watched theirs in a while.
Yeah, Bad Friends is.
But I've been watching Shannon Sharp's.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
His Club Shay Shay, but also he has a Nightcap with Ocho Cinco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so been listening to that.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Also been listening to Shaq's. It's pretty interesting.
Shaq has a podcast?
Yep.
Interesting.
I think it's actually called The Big Podcast, so it's almost
close
to this one.
Nice. Makes sense. He's a big man. Everything about him is big. Not like that. I mean, like, every time anyone mentions him, or like, I remember there was a Arizona can that they had, Arizona
had
tea.
His head on it.
Yeah, it had his head on it, and it was called like the Big Can. Is what it was. Like anytime anyone mentions Shaq, there's something to do with big.
Yeah, he's like involved with a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of charity work and stuff like that too.
Well, he like owns, or has a share in Papa John's. He's owns like J.C. Penney's apparently. I think he.
Interesting.
He DJs. He's a police officer. He's a doctor apparently now. He got his PhD.
Oh, yeah. Shaq a boy doctor.
Dr. Shaq.
That's funny.
I don't know how he has time for all that.
I don't either.
And he still does the TNT show. And
yeah, he's pretty cool. Definitely one of my favorite celebrities, I'd say.
I'll have to think about my favorite actor. I can't. It's probably some comedian.
A couple that I think of is Adam Sandler, of course, because he's the coolest. Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't think I've ever seen a movie that he's been in that's been bad.
I really liked Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger was awesome.
He was good.
He's in a lot of good movies.
Batman and
his Joker role was. I mean, people still talk about it to this day.
10 Things I Hate About You. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Knight's Tale.
Yep. Knight's Tale was great. Love that movie.
Brokeback Mountain was your favorite?
No, I don't even know if I've actually seen that movie.
I haven't either, but I had two of your favorite guys.
I did have two of my favorites.
Gyllenhaal.
I don't know if I want to see them
Ledger.
fiddling though. I feel like that would probably.
That's probably Tristan's favorite.
Give me nightmares. I also heard that movie's actually really good though.
By who?
A bunch of people. They just say that the actual story behind it's really good.
Yeah.
Like if you can get past the gay lovers.
Yeah.
Because it's not for everybody. I get it, but I don't know. New day and age, and it's so desensitized now. It's like, I mean, if that movie came out like 40, 50 years ago, people would probably have heart attacks over it. Like, they'd probably burn them at the stake, honestly. But yeah. Who's your favorite comedian? Because I only have 3 big ones, and one of them is an unpopular opinion.
I like Cat Williams.
I think a lot of people like Cat Williams.
He's entertaining.
His stand-up's great, too. There's only like one stand-up I've watched of his where I didn't really care for it too much.
Tom Segura's pretty funny.
Yep.
Yeah. Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino.
Of course.
Good duo.
Great duo. They just complement each other so perfectly.
I really also like who's that? What is it? Shane Gillis.
Oh yeah, Shane Gillis is making waves right now.
He's funny.
Yeah, I like his buddy too, Matt McCusker. Those two are
Is that the
hilarious.
guy who does the podcast with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen them on Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Both of them. That was so good. I like both of them a lot.
But I think
Matt McCusker is really slept on, dude. He is just as funny as Shane Gillis.
one of my favorites though is Oh, now I'm having a brain fart. What is his name? He's the blonde head guy. His special is Who the F Farted?
Oh, Nick Swartzen?
Nick Swartzen.
Yeah, that's classic.
He's hilarious.
His older stuff. I don't even seen any of his newer stuff. Really.
I don't know if he probably still does here.
He still does here and there. But his like a couple of his first specials were amazing. Daniel Tosh too.
Yeah,
Daniel
I
Tosh
heard.
is amazing. He has a new podcast now. It's actually really good.
Hmm.
It's he has like a bunch of like family friends and stuff come on. It's really good.
What's it
That's
called?
I can't.
Tosh Porno.
No, it's something like that though. It was actually pretty funny because he mentions it in the very first episode. He's like, I didn't want it to be Tosh Point oh, but here we are, or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's like Tosh something. Um, the Tosh Pod or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
I'll have to check that out.
Tosh Pod. Tosh Pod O, maybe, or I can't remember. Something like that.
Feels like I'm missing someone.
My top three are Dave Chappelle,
Dave Chappelle's good.
Bill Burr, and Joe Rogan. I
Yeah, I've
love
never
Joe
really
Rogan,
been-
dude. He is so good.
Never
Not
really-
even just his stand up. Like I honestly love his stand up. A lot of people think he's kind of like corny or whatever for his
Joe
stand up.
Rogan.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
loved his stand ups. I thought they were hilarious. Like just premises that are super interesting that like no one thinks of. But also in his podcast, like just in conversation, he's really funny.
Yeah.
Especially out of context. Like taking his clips out of context is so funny.
Like, obviously, I know he's a comedian. He did stand up, but I'm one of those people. Like, there's obviously stuff I've laughed at of his stand up, but I don't really care for him as a
Yeah.
stand up. Like, I'll watch his podcast. Him commentating on the UFC. He's good.
Oh yeah, he's my
Fear
favorite.
Factor
to see on
days.
there.
Like, I just still to this day, like I know he's a stand up, but I don't think of him as.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't. That's why it's an unpopular opinion, which I didn't think it was. I thought everyone was agreeing with me that Joe Rogan's a great comedian, but I learned that that's not true.
Like, I think most people. Hi, Herm. I think
Herm
most
came to
people
join us.
now just know like he's the biggest podcast host there is. Like, that's what he's known for now.
Herm.
She's
She's a chonker.
chunk. You can come up here.
Yeah, he's mostly known for his podcast these days, but because he was like the first to ever do it. He was like,
One of the first.
well, definitely the first to make it like an actual mainstream thing. And now he has an empire, but yeah,
Cool that he-
Dave Chappelle I think is probably the funniest person to ever walk this planet. Truly, some of his jokes and his premises and like just the punchlines are just so well constructed. It's kind of ingenious, really.
It's unfortunate his show only lasted like 2 seasons.
I know, dude. His
2 or
show
3
is so
seasons.
good. The Chappelle Show was bliss. It was amazing.
I don't know if he could do that now,
No, definitely not. Well, I don't know though, because
but it seems like now
seems like now it's starting to balance out more.
that you got comics that are just like,
Fuck it.
Alright.
I'm gonna say whatever I
it's gonna be
want.
dangerous.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it would work.
yeah. Bill Burr too. I love his podcast, the Monday Morning Podcast, which that's another one I think you would like a lot too, because he's a big sports guy. He's constantly talking about sports, and it's just him, just ranting for a lot of it. He's so good. He's hilarious. I don't agree with everything he says, but his ability to just sit there and just go off the fly for an hour is insane.
Another person I just thought of. I've seen I think 2 of his specials, but I don't know if he's like I haven't really followed him that much. Josh Blue.
Oh, yeah,
the
Josh-
cerebral
yeah.
palsy guy.
He has a. Does he have a son?
I think.
Or no,
he
I'm
is.
thinking of Josh Wolf.
No,
Josh Wolf's another one that him and his son do like stand up together,
Oh,
which is pretty cool. But yeah, Josh Blue.
his sticky change special was
Yeah,
was hilarious.
it was really good. Some of it had
The
me
part
crying
where-
laughing.
I think it's towards the end of it. He was talking about being at the mall,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like people like walking around thought he was an asshole because there was another guy with
Oh,
cerebral
I thought he
palsy
was being.
that was in front of him,
Thought he
and
was
he didn't
mocking him.
notice, and they thought he was, making fun of this guy. So
Yeah.
he's like, "All right." Waited till the guy goes into the store, and he stood outside the store. And then when the guy was coming out, he would make him follow him.
Yeah.
He's like, "Now you deal with that
Nah.
shit."
That's funny. Yeah, I can't even. I haven't seen that special in years. But
I bought it, so
Did
could
you?
watch it? Yeah.
nice. Yeah, because I remember that one being really good. Because we watched it a couple times when we were
Yeah,
younger.
Another one that had me crying laughing was when I think he gets pulled over by a cop, and he's like, because he's technically African American.
Oh yeah,
'cause
and
he
he's
was
like,
born in
why is
Africa or
it? Because
whatever.
I'm
He's
African American.
like, no, you were driving on the sidewalk. Oh, touche.
Touche, you got me. I think another one of my favorites that people don't like to even bring up is because it's different. Is Bo Burnham. His because it's mostly music. It's
Yeah.
more of like a performance than anything. He gets way overlooked because not only is he insanely funny and like always like perfect timing for a lot of his jokes, like perfect execution almost every time, but he also has like some really deep like well thought out like lessons from it too, like morals and stuff to take from it. I've loved every single one of his specials. I like his movie and his show.
He has a movie.
Yeah, he made he wasn't in it, but it was I think it was called like Eighth Grade or something. And it's about an eighth grade girl, dealing with like social dilemmas and stuff like that. It's pretty good, and it wasn't really a comedy. There was a couple funny parts, and then what is it?
Well, that one special, he was like locked in the.
Locked Inside. Yeah, and he did the entire special by himself. Literally
was that?
everything that was in that special was all done by him.
Yeah.
All the visuals, everything. Which is amazing. That like the amount of talent that dude has is crazy. He literally just made an entire special by himself and just gave it to Netflix. And they just put it up. That's all it was. And it was pretty hard hitting too because it was over COVID. It was called Inside on Netflix for you guys, and it's not for everybody because he goes a little crazy in it. He does, and the songs are pretty out there, but the songs are also really good, and they're pretty funny too. Like Welcome to the Internet. Welcome to the Internet is such a banger. But basically, he locks himself in his little work area. I don't know if it's like a garage or whatever. It's like a little space outside of his house. And he basically locked himself in there until he finished the special. And there's definitely some sad parts in there. And you can like literally see him slowly going crazy. Because it was during COVID. It was like when everything was locked down. And it was honestly really cool. But even his old YouTube videos too. I mean, he's like literally, people call him patient zero of the internet because he was literally one of the first people to ever get famous off of the internet.
It'd have to be like the Smosh guys too.
Yeah, they were early too, but he was even before that.
Really?
Yeah, he was literally as soon as YouTube came out, he was like making funny songs, putting them out there, and then he ended up perfecting them, and then that's what his first, not all of the songs, but a couple of them, he put into his first special. I think it was Words, Words, Words or something like that. And then he's also got What and Make Happy, and all three of them are amazing. I love them. Especially Make Happy. That one is like, bro, it's a beautiful, beautiful masterpiece, honestly. Super hilarious too. Some of those, I know almost all of his songs by heart because I've just seen them so many times. But yeah, Bo Burnham, Bill Burr, Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle, absolute goats, in my opinion. There's obviously plenty of other amazing, comedians out there. But I like Cam too from Kill Tony. Cam's really good, dude. He's actually like starting to like get better at it. Like seeing his improvement on his punchlines and this shit is like it's just cool to see.
That show's wild.
That show is wild.
Like, I give props to the people who go up there, but some of them shouldn't be going up there.
No, definitely
but
not.
still, like, knowing you're gonna
Respect for
get
yeah.
roasted,
Respect for doing it.
but sometimes they go too far. I think.
Because I mean, it's just
It's
for
like,
I mean, it's for fun anyway. They
I mean-
definitely go too far.
I mean, I just saw a snippet. I didn't watch the episode. There was some guy, and they're just saying he's like a pedophile and like just roasting him. And like the guy looked like he was about to cry. It's just like really.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's also what they asked. I mean,
well,
they know
I
what they're
mean,
getting into.
yeah, but they like.
You're signing up to get roasted. I mean, you got to be able to take it. I know sometimes.
But the whole point of
they
the
do
show
get a
is
little
to
crazy.
obviously
Find new talent.
find new talent. See like Cam or the guy with the crazy red hair. I don't really think
Oh,
he's
William
that.
Montgomery.
yeah.
People love him. People love him. I
Yeah.
don't even think he's that funny. Not that I don't think he's funny.
He
He's
said some
made me
funny
laugh
things,
a couple
but
times.
yeah,
but
it's like I guess he's like
He's a-
touring or like the Asian guy,
Hans Kim.
Hans Kim.
I don't like him either. Cam's definitely my favorite to come off of that show for sure.
The bigger black guy is pretty
Oh,
funny.
David Lucas. He's
Yeah.
pretty funny too.
Him and Tony just roasting each other.
Yeah, they go back and forth. Props to Tony, man. Honestly, such an amazing show.
Yeah, he sold out like
Bro, he sells out
stadiums.
every single time. It's crazy. Because I remember you were watching it. Like, it was still decently big, but it was not nearly as big as it is right
Mhm.
now. It's freaking huge now. Yeah, really good. And Tony Hinchcliffe's really funny, too.
Speaking of
He is
Being
crazy.
roast, I know we talked about it here and there before this podcast, but
Mhm.
the Chris Brown diss track,
Oh, yeah.
like I feel guilty listening to it. Like I feel bad for Quavo.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't a diss track. That was assassination.
Yeah,
like,
it was just... It was almost too far.
I mean, I hope that it doesn't get to the violence,
Yeah.
but
I mean, those are fighting words, what he said.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's enough to, I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad.
It was, like I said, I feel guilty because like it was good beat,
Right, it was a great diss track.
and
It really was.
I don't know, it was just that was bad.
Yeah. Everyone in the hip hop game they got some shit, you know.
Like Cat Williams was right. He said this year's gonna be crazy, and people are gonna be, coming out and saying some wild shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, honestly good, though, because there for a little bit, it felt like you couldn't say anything at
Yeah.
all. Like, you had to be careful with what you say. Which is gay and stupid and retarded. No one, dude, let me say whatever I want to. And if you get offended by it, then don't listen to what I have to say. I'm going to try not to be disrespectful. I don't want to be blatantly disrespectful, but there's also sometimes I say things and mean something different. So just because you mean it in a different way doesn't mean you get to project that feeling onto me, because that's not how I'm saying it. So fuck you.
And
Right.
back when mom and dad were growing up, gay used to mean happy.
Yeah. Maybe I don't want to abide by all this new shit you guys are putting into our heads.
The only thing I don't agree with is, people saying my pronouns are this, or you need to, call me this or whatever. It's like you're making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm very uncomfortable calling you a he when you are clearly a girl. It makes me uncomfortable that you think that way. Because you're a freak. No, it's not that. But I do feel like society has not helped you to understand that you need to be comfortable in your own body, and they gave you an easy way out by giving you this idea that you're just you're in the wrong body or some shit, and that's not the case. You're just, I mean, everyone goes through problems where they're like, they don't feel comfortable in their own body sometimes, but that doesn't give it. I mean, I don't think it's just weird. It's a
I just don't agree
bad
with it. Like,
situation.
they get upset if, someone that looks like a guy and it's a girl, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
And you accidentally,
Yeah,
and then they get all butthurt.
I know
Or,
transgenders that are cool about it. It's like, why can't you all
now
be
that,
like that?
what
It's like,
Target.
listen, I identify as a man, but like if you if you get it messed up, like they laugh sometimes whenever they get it messed up. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what the. It's like, dude, it's fine.
One thing that when you.
Because they understand. It's like, bro, the way like society has literally been built like forever since humankind existed, that there's male and female. So like obviously trying to just go up and just change that all of a sudden, like you're gonna have social problems.
I just don't agree with, men going into women's bathrooms or
No,
vice
that's what I'm
versa.
saying. That is
Or
wrong.
going into the opposite
Sports teams, yes.
Like that guy, the swimmer, was like 400th in his.
Yeah.
And then goes to the female and is number one and is like obliterating them.
Here's the thing. I don't have any problem with transgenders. If you want to be a fucking bird, you can be a bird for all I care. I personally believe that we live in America. You should have the freedom to do whatever you want. But whenever you're making it a problem and you are actively aggressing or getting other people aggressive on it, I also don't think that there should be like, I think I don't think people should actively hate on them either. But where am I even going with this? I guess what I'm trying to say is that like I don't think that transgenders like should be killed or anything, obviously, but I also think that shit should stay out of our fucking schools. Like I don't think there's no reason that we should be teaching the youth about going back to what I said earlier, like teach kids that it's okay to be uncomfortable in your body, and then try to like teach them to learn to be comfortable in it without like, because bro, the fact that we're out here castrating kids is insane, and giving them all kinds of different hormones to try to give them sex changes when they're children is fucking insane. And that's disgusting. The main priority as a kid is not to, the focus should not be what sexuality you have or what you fucking identify as. That shouldn't even be in the realm of like that shouldn't even be in the realm of their conceptuality. Like they shouldn't even be able to understand what any of that shit means. Like they're literally kids. Their main focus should be being a kid, like having fun and like learning about life. I don't know what kind of all this weird shit is that we're putting into the schools, but it's fucked up. It should not be in the schools whatsoever. Like it should be talked about. It should be talked about, but it shouldn't be like the main focus. Because I mean, it is like, and also definitely not in the younger kids. That shit is crazy to me. That's even in schools. It shouldn't be in schools until like high school at least, to where they actually are like, they're grown, they've lived 16, 17 years, they know like somewhat about life, at least who they are or who they're growing to be. The fact that we're teaching 12-year-old and 13-year-old kids this shit is crazy to me. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think about it. I think that's a pretty polarizing topic, but I think it's also an important one. Yeah, let's go ahead and move away from the subject. Because I mean, not that I'm worried that I don't care if people are gonna get angry at what I'm saying. It's just the truth of it. But I think most of my listeners would. I mean, they're all my buddies anyway, so they all agree anyway. But yeah. Onto the I'm just passionate about it, dude. That's it. Like I'm someone who cares about our youth, like, because the youth is literally the future of the world, like, and want to make sure that they're getting fed the right information and not being brainwashed into some fucking cult. But um, so going back to music, what is your favorite artist that you've been listening to lately?
I really like Sleep Token. Sleep Token's good.
Nice.
Um,
I'm glad you like them. That album is so good. Their older albums got some pretty good songs on them too, but there's not a single bad one in The Summoning.
yeah, that's a good album.
Amazing album.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, in my car or at work when I'm, working, I listen to podcasts mainly.
Yeah.
I mean, here and there I'll listen to music, but definitely surprised by Sleep Token. They're
Yep, a lot of talent in that band. The drummer especially. I love the drummer, dude. Bro. Just amazing songs, really. And the main singer, his voice is really good. Uh, I've been listening to... What have I been listening to a lot more lately? It's been still a mixture of everything. But I feel like more... Lately, it's been more like alternative rap. Like a lot of the smaller artists. So I've been listening to all kinds of different people that I can't really name the names of. I can just kind of think of their songs. But also a lot of NF lately.
yeah, enough.
Always. There's times where I go away from it and listen to some other stuff, but then I always come back.
Yeah, he's definitely one of my faves.
Yeah, I just relate to him so much.
And I've only been to one concert, but he can definitely put on a damn concert.
Oh yeah, his show's great.
Just thinking, I think I told you a while back, but we should try to go to another one.
Blaine was wanting to go to. There, he has another one in Indy coming up on May 11th or something, sometime really soon, and he was wanting me to come with. But I was like, I don't really have the money for it. But he said he wanted to buy my ticket. I was like, and his brother lives in Indy too, so we would stay at his house. So maybe you could come. If we end up going, I don't even know for sure what my plans are gonna be, but
I don't know. It just depends on if it's a Friday. I don't know. I've been working a lot, so Saturday would be the best because I'm never working on Saturday. But Sunday through Friday is
May 11th is Saturday.
I might be able to. I'm actually seeing my doggos next weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Good old Demi and Lincoln.
Yep. Yeah. I woke up 2 days ago, and I guess I had got a jury duty thing in the mail that was sent to my old house, and Brooke was like, "Hey, just letting you know I got this in the mail." And I went online, and they said they didn't need me as of right now, but then I was like, well, when can I see the dogs? Because I've asked a couple times since Demi had her surgery.
Yeah.
And that was a year ago. And so we made plans for next weekend.
Nice.
Ow!
Be good to see them.
Yep.
Still got the fat cats.
Yeah, I don't care about those cats.
Yeah, those cats suck.
I told her from day one that I didn't care for them. Especially when Bella was peeing all over in the basement.
Yeah. Herm, you are destroying my allergies right now. I hope you know that. I got another couple more questions here. If you could go back in time to change one thing, what would it be?
thing that comes to mind would maybe be senior year. I didn't play basketball.
Mm.
One, I didn't like the coach that came in. He was he didn't last long. I mean, I think he lasted a year or two there, and they got rid of him. But he was mean to some of my friends when we were trying out for the team.
Mm.
Also, I think that's when I started at Kmart, so I was working anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was gonna make the team. I just, like I said, mostly didn't like the coach. He was just a dick. So yeah, I would probably, say play basketball senior year.
Yeah, I wish I would have played basketball too for high school.
I mean, I played every other year and had fun, obviously, and other sports. I missed the sports in school.
Yeah, school sports.
Well, it was fun when we do the alumni tournaments. Going back and playing at the school.
Yeah.
Against other
I saw a couple
alumni.
of those games. That was always good.
It was intense. But I don't know why they stopped doing them. I don't know if it just... I don't know. I never really found out why they stopped doing it. We did it, I think, 3 or 4 not seasons, but 3 or 4 years.
Mm. That's a good answer.
Yes, brother.
Yes, brother. What would you like to accomplish in life?
That's what I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are.
Like,
a lot of people don't know why we're even here.
I remember growing up, obviously, and with you guys, never was, like, depressed or anything, but, like, went to school. I'm not even, doing what I went to school for. I didn't even have to go to school for what I went to school for.
Yeah.
And, like, I know working nights doesn't help, but yeah, just, I don't know what I want to do. I'm just not as motivated as I once was, and
Yeah.
just feel like I'm
going in circles.
Yeah, I guess just, like I said, I've been working 6 days a week, and seems like they don't really care how much they work us, and
They definitely don't. Most
like, it's decent money, but at the same time, it's like, literally, like, earlier you wanted to go play basketball, and just, like, how many times would I turn down playing basketball growing up?
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, I'm exhausted all the time, and
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with working nights for so long. For sure.
I've been working nights since I've got out of college, and yeah, it's been, what, 8, 9 years now?
Yeah, you probably need to change it up.
I've been trying to bid on a day shift job, but
Find a new job.
yeah, but it's like,
You don't even like your job anyway.
it's not that. I don't like management.
Exactly. Fuck them. Fucking
Well,
leave.
one of them's leaving, so that's one.
Yeah, but that's
step
not going to
closer.
change anything.
I don't know. They might come to me and ask if I want to be a supervisor.
Are you taking steps to tell them that you want to be one?
I know I could be. If some
Okay,
of
but
them
you
there
have,
are.
but they're not just going to pick you and be like, Taylor, can you please fucking be a manager?
How do you know?
Because that doesn't happen like that. You have to actually show initiative.
I think my boss would.
If you say so.
I don't know if I would, but
I'm not trying to squander your hope or anything. I'm just saying, like, you gotta.
I'm not saying I want to be a
gotta-
supervisor, but I know I could be.
Okay, so then why do you even want to stay at that job? You need to find a day job.
I know. I'm trying.
All right. Last question here is, what is your earliest memory? What's the earliest memory you can think of?
It's hard because, you got mom and dad, here and there when we have family days and they bring up memories, and then,
They'll, like, remind you.
like, remind you of what they remember. So
Yeah.
it's, like, hard to know if that's them saying it or if you actually remember it.
Yeah.
But um, have to be at the Oriana house. I remember like playing in the backyard, and mom would make the back patio had like weeds growing, so we'd have like butter knives and have to cut out the weeds. I remember
With
doing
butter
that.
knives?
Yeah.
That's funny. How old do you think you were?
Probably like around 5-ish.
I remember when I was a baby. I mean, nothing like super distinct, but I remember one time, I mean, I was just sitting there being a baby, and mom was like getting all up in my face, like giving me a bunch of attention, like talking to me like a baby. I remember it. I can like still see it.
Strange.
Yeah. That's the only thing I remember from being a baby, though. And then the actual like earliest memory. I mean, that is the earliest memory, but that like an actual like cohesive memory.
Being in the womb.
Huh?
So what would be earlier than that? Being in the womb.
uh,
I was gonna say something. But
I remember like I don't even know what would be after that. I remember being pretty young and like dad's car got hit or whatever, but I was probably like 5 or something like that. 4 or 5.
Yeah, I remember that. I think I was at that time my room was
By the living room?
Yeah, by the living room off the foyer.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing Dad scream something.
I think I misremember
His
it
office
because
was in the old living room, and I think he saw it happen. And I went and looked
was
out
it
the window.
daytime, or was it like late at night?
I thought it was nighttime,
I thought so too.
or it was getting dark.
Tanner and Tristan swear that it was daytime or something like that.
That's what I remember someone saying, but I thought it happened at night.
I almost am
Or
positive.
towards, it was getting dark.
I'm almost positive it happened. Yeah, it was getting dark, and we were watching a movie or something, or we were doing something in the living room,
Yeah, I don't know.
and then we heard Dad yell, and then we were like, "What is that?" We were like all worried, and then we heard the crash too outside, obviously, and we're sitting there looking outside, and it happened.
Yeah, I can't remember. I thought it was getting dark out.
I thought so too. Didn't he stay at our house?
Who?
Didn't he stay the night or something?
Who?
The dude that crashed into Dad's car.
Oh, I don't think so.
For some reason, I felt like
I know he like fell asleep, and that's why he hit the car. But
yeah, he's starting to doze off because it was getting to be nighttime. I don't know. I was pretty young then. I was probably like 4 or 5. But yeah, I got 2 more fun facts here, and then I think we're gonna go ahead and call it because we've been recording for about an hour and a half now. Let's see, we got 2 bangers too right off the bat. We got a shark is the only known fish that can blink with both eyes. Most fish can't even blink. Isn't that pretty crazy? Yeah. And then also, an ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain, which explains a lot. Them birds are pretty dumb. You ever seen that video of the dude that has like an ostrich named Kevin or whatever, and he like hits him with a trash can lid all the time? He like fucking bangs him in the head because the ostrich Kevin is aggressive, dude. He always try to like bite him, so he just comes up with the trash can lid and just bangs him.
What was it? Yesterday morning, I was over at Nelson Park doing some Pokemoning. And I was over by the lake, and there was a raid I went and did. And there was some geese walking around with their babies. And I wasn't thinking anything of it. I was walking on the sidewalk, and they're like guiding their babies, like staying away from me or whatever, and they're hissing at me. I'm like, don't you hiss at me.
It's weird that they hiss. Yeah, it makes me want to come over there and hurt you.
It was pretty funny.
Freaking geese hissing at you. I would definitely smack the hell out of a goose. But, all right. Well, on that note, I think we're gonna go ahead and end it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what your favorite part was. And yeah, I think that's all we got. Taylor, would you like to end the show? If you could end it on one word, what would the word be?
I was gonna say, bye, brothers.
Would you like to try one? Get you some of that. It's pretty good, dude. Trust me. Trust. Just try it. Expand your horizons. You never know.
Not
maybe-
that much.
Dude. You won't get the full flavor if you don't. Bro, that is nothing. You probably didn't even get any hummus on that thing.
Mm.
Just try that. Why?
I'm good.
Come on.
I got some. This is good for a pod.
Well, I'm not gonna keep this in. I'm gonna stop eating once we start. Just sitting there crunching all the time. So, what do you guys like to do?
Oh shit, we're recording. Bye, brothers.